What legislation governs privacy and data protection in Australia? A. Data Protection Act 1998. B. Australian Privacy Act 1988, CE8. C. General Data Protection Regulation EUD, Privacy and Personal Information Protection Act 1998. Correct answer, B. Australian Privacy Act 1988. What are the Australian privacy principles part of? A. The Data Protection Act. B. The Privacy Act 1988. C. The Consumer Data Right Act. D. The Information Security Act. Correct answer, B. The Privacy Act 1988. Which type of information is considered sensitive under the Privacy Act 1988? A. Email addresses. B. Bank account numbers. C. Health information. D. Names. Correct answer, C. Health information. What does the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme require? A. Encryption of all data. B. Annual privacy audit. C. Notification of breaches likely to result in serious harm. D. A public apology for breaches. Correct answer, C. Notification of breaches likely to result in serious harm. Who oversees the application of the Privacy Act 1988? A. The Australian Data Commissioner. B. The Office of the Australian Information Commissioner. C. The Privacy Protection Agency. D. The Australian Security Intelligence Organisation. Correct answer, B. The Office of the Australian Information Commissioner. What is the main purpose of the Consumer Data Right, CDR? A. To protect data from overseas companies. B. To enhance cybersecurity measures. C. To give consumers greater control over their data. D. To regulate the use of artificial intelligence. Correct answer? C. To give consumers greater control over their data. What kind of penalties can the Information Commissioner impose for non-compliance with the Privacy Act? A. Prison sentences. B. Public apologies. C. Civil penalties. D. Mandatory data protection training. Correct answer, C. Civil penalties. How does the Privacy Act classify the handling of personal information by organizations? A. Suggested practices. B. Mandatory obligations. C. Voluntary guidelines. D. Advisory protocols. Correct answer, B. Mandatory obligations. What initiative aims at enhancing transparency and competition in the Australian economy? A. Digital Transformation Agency. B. Consumer Data Right. C. Privacy Amendment Act. D. Data Sharing and Release Act. Correct answer, B. Consumer Data Right. What must entities ensure before disclosing personal information to overseas recipients? A. The recipients are relatives of the individual. B. The recipients comply with the Australian privacy principles. C. The overseas country has a reciprocal privacy agreement with Australia. D. The individual has travelled to that country within the last year. Correct answer, B. The recipients comply with the Australian privacy principles. What role does the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner, OAIC, play in data breach incidents? A. Provides cybersecurity services. B. Acts as an intermediary for ransom payments. C. Oversees the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme. D. Prosecutes hackers in court. Correct answer, C. Oversees the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme. Under which conditions can sensitive information be collected according to the APPs? A. With explicit consent. B. When it is publicly available. C. By government decree. D. In case of a national emergency. Correct answer, A. With explicit consent. What is the threshold for notifying the OAIC of a data breach? A. Any unauthorized access. B. Breaches affecting at least 100 individuals. C. Breaches likely to result in serious harm. D. Any loss of data, regardless of potential harm. Correct answer, C. Breaches likely to result in serious harm. How does the Privacy Act 1988 define personal information? A. Information about an identified individual. Only. B. Information about an individual who is reasonably identifiable. C. Publicly available information about an individual. D. Information about an individual's purchasing habits. Correct answer, B. Information about an individual who is reasonably identifiable. What must an organization do if it intends to use personal information for direct marketing? A. Obtain a court order. B. Provide a simple means to opt out. C. Inform the OAIC. D. Pay a marketing tax to the government. Correct answer, B. Provide a simple means to opt out. What constitutes a serious infringement under the proposed amendments to the Privacy Act? A. Failing to report a notifiable data breach within 24 hours. B. Misusing personal information for marketing. C. Repeated breaches of the Australian privacy principles. D. Any unauthorized access to personal information. Correct answer C. Repeated breaches.